Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into some incredibly practical source material that shows exactly how small, service-based business owners can turn hours of grueling admin work into literal minutes just by leveraging AI. If you own a salon, a boutique, a daycare, or really any small business, you already know the grind of back-end operations. Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you can finally reclaim your time.
Let's be totally honest for a second. Running a business often means dealing with tasks that feel entirely necessary, but honestly, they feel like they're eating you alive. We are talking about writing the exact same kinds of emails over and over again, trying to remember to follow up with clients, struggling to create social posts, answering questions you've already answered 100 times, and of course, that dreaded Sunday night scheduling scramble. It's exhausting, right?
And look, it's not just in your head. The data totally backs this up. If you're managing all these tasks manually, there's a very good chance you are wasting an average of 3 to 4 hours every single week on work that could easily be automated. I mean, that is half a workday completely swallowed up by repetitive administrative chaos. So here's how we're going to organize things today. 1. Automating client communications. 2. Supercharging marketing and sales. 3. Streamlining operations and HR. And finally, 4. Editing instead of writing. Let's get right into it. Section 1. Automating your client communications. We're going to look at saving time on emails, follow-ups, and FAQs.
Think about those new client inquiry emails. A potential client asks about your services, pricing, availability. You stop what you're doing to draft a thoughtful response. Do that 5 to 10 times a week, and bam, there goes 2.5 hours. But by dropping that inquiry into an AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude and asking for a warm, professional response, you get a complete, beautiful reply in about 90 seconds. You tweak one line and you hit send.
Now, listen to the specific wording in this prompt. Following up is usually where so much money is left on the table simply because writing a message that doesn't sound awkward or pushy takes too much time. So you just give the AI the context. Write a warm, non-pushy follow-up message to a client who booked a facial with me 6 weeks ago and hasn't come back. In 60 seconds, you have a message that actually sounds like you, keeps things super friendly, and ends with a soft invitation to rebook. And this isn't just theory, by the way. The source material shares a real-world story of a salon owner who had 15 lapsed clients she'd been meaning to reach out to. Doing that manually would take forever. Instead, she used AI to draft the messages, sent them all in a single afternoon, and literally booked 2 clients within 48 hours. The revenue in your business is often just sitting right there in your contact list, and AI makes it easy enough that you'll actually do it. Oh, and another massive time sink, answering the exact same questions on repeat. If you are manually typing out answers about your hours or your cancellation policy every single day, that's another 1 to 3 hours a week down the drain. Instead, just spend 20 minutes with AI one time to generate a saved response library for your top 10 questions. When an inquiry comes in, you paste the template, adjust a word or two, and you're done. Moving on to Section 2, Supercharging Marketing and Sales. It's time to reclaim your time from social media, pricing sheets, and newsletters. So if social media feels like a part-time job you definitely never applied for, consider this. Manually writing 3 to 5 posts a week, keeping up with trends, writing, deleting, rewriting, it takes 2 to 4 hours, but instead of staring at a blank screen all Sunday afternoon, a quick chat with AI on a Friday can generate a full week of drafts in about 5 minutes. Check out this brilliant example prompt from a wellness coach. She posts 4 times a week. By just giving the AI her role, her specific topic, managing decision fatigue, her audience, and asking for a warm, conversational tone, she gets 3 excellent options back in just 20 seconds. Then there are those projects that just sit on your to-do list for weeks, right? Like updating a pricing sheet. A daycare owner needed to add a new part-time enrollment option for the summer. Instead of spending hours struggling in a Google Doc, she just pasted her old descriptions into the AI, described the new option, and boom, completely polished copy for all her packages in under 5 minutes. And for you retail folks, this brilliantly illustrates the power of scale. Writing SEO-friendly product descriptions manually, that can take 20 to 40 minutes per item. If you own an arts and crafts boutique and you're doing a seasonal refresh of maybe 20 new items, that's 3 full days of writing. With AI, you upload a photo, ask for a description with a specific tone, like say warm and poetic for a lavender lotion, and you get it in 30 seconds. That 3-day project is entirely finished in one afternoon. Newsletters are another great one.
Staring at a blank page to draft a monthly update usually takes 1 to 3 hours, which is exactly why so many of us just skip it altogether. But if you pop a few simple bullet points into the AI, like a schedule change, a sunscreen reminder, and a quick back-to-school tip, you get a warm, perfectly formatted draft in under 2 minutes. Consistent communication keeps your clients coming back, and this actually makes that consistency possible. All right, Section 3, Streamlining Operations and HR. We are automating hiring, intake forms, and SOPs. Look, hiring is stressful enough without having to write the job posting and onboarding docs totally from scratch. Often, you lose an entire Saturday morning, 4 to 7 hours, just drafting this stuff. But using AI, you can generate a tailored job posting for, say, a lead groomer in 90 seconds and a first-week onboarding checklist in 2 minutes. That is a whole day's work condensed into 3.5 minutes. Client intake forms are another huge hidden time drain. Building one manually takes hours of formatting, but take a prompt like this, you just tell the AI exactly what you need to know, the dog's name, breed, health issues, and it generates clear, super friendly questions in under 2 minutes. You could even ask it for separate forms for dogs, cats, and exotic pets, and literally have all 3 ready to go in 15 minutes. Now, creating standard operating procedures, or SOPs, might actually be the most valuable trick on this list. One daycare owner had been meaning to write down her morning check-in procedure for 2 years. 2 years. Finally, instead of typing it, she just described what she was doing out loud into a voice note on her phone. Pasted the transcript into the AI, and 8 minutes later, she had a polished 10-step procedure ready to laminate and hang by the front door. It is really that easy. Which brings us to Section 4, editing instead of writing. And this is vital. You remain entirely in control. The fear a lot of people have is sounding robotic or feeling like they're losing control of their brand's voice. But you have to remember, AI is just drafting. You are the one tweaking, reviewing, and approving. You are no longer the author staring at a blank page. You've basically been promoted to editor. The AI doesn't change your business. It just makes everything sound as good as it actually is in a draft format that you have ultimate authority over. So when you look at the aggregate summary of what we've covered today, from inquiry emails dropping from 2.5 hours down to 90 seconds, to social posts dropping from 4 hours down to 5 minutes, the gap between the old manual way and the AI way is just staggering. We are talking about hours turning into minutes every single week. And importantly, every single example we explore today is built specifically for small, service-based businesses. No tech startup background required. Which leaves us with one final super important thought. Think back to that wellness coach who finally stopped spending her entire weekend writing social media content. If you automate these 10 manual tasks, you aren't just saving minutes, you are fundamentally changing your relationship with your business. So I have to leave you with this question. When you start using these tools to turn hours of admin into minutes, what will you do with your reclaimed Sunday?